Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sauna IE. I'm your host, XO. This your first time listening? Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Wherever you at, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen, to tune in to Sauna IE. And man, I'm grateful for y'all, man. It's been a rough year, and not necessarily a rough year. It's been a roller coaster year, but I'm grateful for it. And I'm going to elaborate more throughout this episode. Just want to take time to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. The ones that's been sticking around, I appreciate you. Let me just start it off with a quote of the day. In every I almost messed up. In every situation, find the opportunity to grow. I'll let that resonate with y'all for a second. And I think that's really coming down to understanding, like, there's going to be good situations and there's going to be bad situations, the negative situations. And it's really being open-minded to see, what do I need to learn from this situation? What do I need to learn from this setback? What do I need to learn from this cause that's going on in my life? And asking that question, it's like, what do I need to learn, instead of being so caught up in the situation that you stunt your growth because you're not trying to learn and grow. You are just seeing the situation for what it is. But once again, that quote is, in every situation, find the opportunity to grow. And man, it's been, like I said, it's been a long year. But I missed really connecting with y'all. And for those that's been rocking with me over these last few years, shout out to you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. Thank you for just being there with me, promoting the episode, telling people about it, all the people that's been rocking with me. Shout out to y'all. This is impossible without you, period. And for my new listeners, welcome. Welcome in. Welcome to the sauna. I got Sauna IE, discuss hot topics. We get real here. We get vulnerable. And this is where I like to motivate people, motivate Black entrepreneurial millennials who really going through their mental health struggles, as I've been doing myself. But I feel like I've been on a hiatus, even though I dropped the episode like here and there, but I just feel like a full detailed episode. It's been a cool 6 months. Like half the year I've been focused on other things, but I kept y'all updated too. And I really just took a step back from recording, and I really want to be transparent with y'all on why. So this is why I just wanted to discuss on this episode. And the topic came to mind as I was like thinking, like, what should I discuss on my next episode? And this is what's really been on my mind throughout this whole year. Self-sabotage. And this episode is really just getting real and having that tough conversation with ourselves. And hopefully it inspires you to face your own internal battles, because I'm constantly doing it myself. But I do want to start off by saying this year has been up and down. Like I discussed earlier, it's been a roller coaster. I got some major wins. I accomplished a lot. And I had some failures. I had some setbacks. I did some things I thought I would never be able to accomplish, but I accomplished it. Not necessarily doubting myself, but it's just like, damn, I accomplished it. But it still like feels like that there's been a part of me that hasn't celebrated the wins that I've had this year fully. Instead, I've been caught up in my own head, battling with self-doubt, fear, and frankly, to top it off, self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is a sneaky thing. It doesn't always show up in obvious ways. for me, it's been procrastination, avoiding things that I should be doing, distractions that come with having a phone or just being around people. And other times it's been that voice in my head that tells me you're not good enough. You don't deserve success. People see you as a fraud. And that voice kept building up over time, kept getting louder, and getting louder. And I would do the things like to silence it. I would meditate, journal, hit the gym, get out in nature, fresh air and stuff like that. But there's those times where you're alone, you sit down, ready to work, and that voice just creeps back in. And if I'm being honest, it was hard to silence that voice this year. There were days I knew where I know what needed to be done, but I couldn't get up to like do it. Like I would hold myself back, and it's like I wanted to do the work or do get something done, but it's like I was stuck in a way. Like typically, it'd be just a normal day. Wake up, get ready for work, ready to get the grind. Then I just like stop myself. It's like, come on, it's time to work. It's like, I want to work. I want to do this, but I couldn't move to do it. Have you ever had that? Like when you're like, you want to do the work, you get ready, you get hyped, like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to work. I'm about to kill it today. But when you get there, you just feel like you're frozen or stuck in the moment. Like you want to get stuff done, but did it. And that goes back to this too. Like there was days I would want to press record. I want to record, but it's like, what do I talk about? What, like my mind was really drawing blanks. Like I didn't know what to discuss. I wanted to like do something new, switch it up. That's what helped me create sauna sessions with Willie Mack, which we're gonna bring to y'all. But it was just like me finding like, do I need another co-host? Do I need to switch some things up? And when you're running a business, creating something or having a brand, you're going to have to switch some things up. Like you can't stay with the norm. You stay in the norm, you get left out. So I was like, okay, I got to switch some things up. Like I changed the scenery. Y'all see now where I was recording in my office. Now I'm like, hey man, let me get on the couch and talk. Where I have more space, more freedom to open space. So it's like understanding, okay, some things will have to change up. So that's with me just being in my head, like self-sabotaging when it comes to recording the episode for y'all, putting out episodes, putting out stuff. That's why I've been just dropping episodes here and there. Like I had other things going on, but that is the root of it, to where it's like, damn, what happened to the episodes? Mm. Man, I did a lot of journaling, so I'm reading this off. I'm rereading it as I'm saying it to y'all. Um, and all this really came down to the battle within myself. But I don't want this episode to be like all doom and gloom, discussing the struggle, because despite the battles that I've had, I accomplished a lot this year. And I want to remind you all that setbacks don't erase your progress. I'll say that again. Setbacks don't erase your progress. I know some of you out there can relate. Man, I'm glad somebody had to say that. I needed to hear that. Because me, every time I have a setback, I think like, damn, my progress is ruined. My momentum is ruined. But it's understanding like the progress that you made, there will be setbacks along your journey. And embracing those setbacks, because now it goes back to the quote of growing in every opportunity. It's like, okay, it's a setback. How can I learn from this? How can I teach this to the next person that may have the same setback? And I'll relate to them like, man, I had the same thing happen, but this is what I did to avoid that setback. And it's understanding like we all go through different setbacks, different struggles, but that doesn't erase your progress. You've had successes, you've reached goals, but there's Always this nagging feeling that you should be doing more, that you're not where you're supposed to be. Man, that voice keeps nagging at me every day that you're not where you're supposed to be. I should be doing more. And it's understanding like, okay, let me sit down and meditate on and pray on what more can I be doing or do I need to be doing? And I think that's why I really got back into the podcast because I feel like I'm doing more with this. I'm impacting people, I'm helping people, which is the purpose of why we're all here is to help other people. So I'm grateful that you are listening right now, but as well as being a loyal fan, a loyal listener, wherever, whatever it may be, I'm grateful that you let me in, spend some time with you today and really discuss the self-sabotaging year I've had. I laugh about it now because it's funny. Like when you like really look back and analyze, we're in what, November now, um, from January to this month, and just look back on literally the roller coaster year that I've had. But just like really look back yourself and see like what type of year did I honestly have? Because I feel like we're all constantly in that cycle of just going, 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 like the Energizer Bunny, but we never take that time to reflect and analyze and evaluate how was this year? Did I accomplish my goals? Did I fall short of my goals? What went right? What went wrong? Where did I grow at? Where were my setbacks? How did I do mentally, physically, spiritually, financially? Asking those questions and getting that awareness of yourself. What do I need to cut off? What do I need to start doing? What are my good habits? What are my bad habits? What are my non-negotiables? And just taking that time with yourself and understanding this is who I am. This is what I'm becoming in the process. Oh, man. But you might have had a major setback this year, but that doesn't erase all the wins you've had. Setbacks are part of the process. They're part of the journey. We all have setbacks, and I've learned that. But sometimes isn't it funny how we enhance our failures but minimize our losses? Minimize our wins. My apologies. I messed that all up. Wow. But we maximize our losses and minimize our wins. Why is that? It's just like, honestly, it's human nature. We think more about the losses than the wins. We rarely celebrate our wins. We'll celebrate the wins for like a day or two, whatever it may be, but the losses stick with us, and it's tough. But back to the story. This year I had a setback that was completely my doing. I'll take responsibility. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned this year too was being accountable. Like I'm quick to say it's my fault because at the end of the day, it is your fault when it comes to your life. So that's why I'm like, oh, it's my fault. I don't have no like, oh, I don't point fingers at other people. No, I point the finger at me. Because at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable when it comes to your life once again. But self-sabotage in a way that slowed down my momentum. But the wins are still there. It's easy to focus on the negative. Super easy. I'm like always thinking about trying to stay positive, but negative stuff keeps popping up. I was about to. But I'm really choosing more to celebrate the wins while acknowledging the setbacks. There's setbacks and there's comebacks, and it's all a part of any journey that you're on, whether that's business, fitness, financial. You're going to have those setbacks and you're going to have those comebacks, but it's comes down to minimizing your setbacks and maximizing the comebacks. This podcast is really one of those wins. Can y'all believe we've been doing this for 5 years? I really was like amazed. Like I'm grateful for y'all and I'm grateful for this podcast, but it's been 5 years that we've been rocking and running and building a community, sharing knowledge, and really supporting each other. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of what we accomplished and what we're building. And because honestly, none of this is possible without you. The person listening right now, whether you're a new listener or a veteran listener, whatever it may be, this isn't possible without you. And I do want to take the time and thank you for really tuning into this episode. But let's talk about what is self sabotage. How can we recognize it? Self sabotage is when you actively or passively prevent yourself from reaching your goals. It's that little devil on your shoulder that whispers, you can't, when you're about to do something big. It's that voice that tells you that you are not good enough, even when the evidence shows that you are. I want you to take a moment and think about the times you've gotten in your own way. It could be not following up on an opportunity, not starting that business you've been dreaming about, not asking for that raise, or not taking that risk you've been avoiding. Self sabotage can look like perfectionism, procrastination, that negative self talk, or staying in situations that you don't deserve to be in or don't serve you. Recognizing self sabotage is the first step to beating it. And sometimes it's hard to admit that we are our own biggest obstacle. But the moment you acknowledge it, you're taking that powerful step forward. That's what I had to do. I really had to acknowledge it this year because I was wondering, I was like, why am I progressing then regressing, progressing then regressing, progressing then regressing? And I really had to ask myself, like, yo, it's me. At the end of the day, like I said, it's my fault for where I'm at now. It's my fault to where I got to. And it's really holding yourself accountable and knowing, like, okay, it's my fault, but I can change things. I can make things better. I can really change my life. And it's really having control of your thoughts and understanding, like, yeah, there will be that devil on your shoulder saying, oh, you're not good enough. You can't. This is not meant for you. You're going to mess it up. Okay. That's your opportunity to prove them wrong. But it's not going to happen overnight when you defeat this self sabotage. It's going to take those habits that you got to do when it comes to that mental work. If you don't meditate now, you might have to meditate now. You may have to open up and journal or vent to somebody that you like, love, and trust, and they can help you out when it comes to understanding how that self-sabotage is. Maybe speak to your mentor. Like, man, I'm going through this. You'll be surprised how many people have been through that self-sabotage phase. It's not nothing new. We've all been through it. Just understanding, okay, I know what self-sabotage is. How can I minimize it? How can I minimize that voice or silence that voice completely? I'm gonna talk about that on the next episode. But um being able to overcome that self-sabotage is recognizing is the first step. And man, it's crazy because, like, when you take that time to reflect on the times you self-sabotage yourself, you didn't take that risk, you didn't start that job or that business or that career, whatever it may be, you didn't ask that person out. It's because we live in our head. We have 10,000 thoughts a minute. But it's like getting out of your head and understanding, I am meant to do this. You may have to say some affirmations for yourself to get over that self-sabotage and that voice in your head. Because at the end of the day, you're here for a reason. You're destined for greatness. You're destined to get everything that you desire and want. But it comes with work, mental work. Because everybody that's successful has had those self-sabotaging moments or that voice. They just chose not to listen to it. I'm gonna give y'all some strategies just to overcome self-sabotage. And these are just some of the strategies that I use personally that helped me through this year, some that I've researched and studied. And I want to help you beat yours too, because I feel like it happens a lot. Like we all go through self-sabotaging moments. It's life, it's human nature. Once you accept that and embrace it, you're like, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. I'm not crazy. So the first step is really recognizing the patterns. When do you tend to self-sabotage? Is it when things are going too well or when things aren't going your way? Start journaling or taking notes when you feel yourself slipping into them self-sabotaging behaviors. That's self-awareness. Number two, challenge those negative thoughts. Every time you hear that inner critic telling you, you can't, I want you to challenge it. Counter that voice with evidence of your achievements, what you've accomplished this year, what you've accomplished this week, what you've accomplished this month. Remind yourself of the wins you've had, the progress you made, and the strength you've had to show. Sometimes you may have to write down your wins and know, like, yo, I went through this, but I'm here. I lost that, but I gained this. And understanding, like, there's wins and losses in life. Celebrate the wins more. Embrace the wins. Take time with those wins, because those wins are what shape you, not your losses. Your losses are just lessons. Number three, set small, attainable goals. Sometimes the big picture can be overwhelming. Trust me, I know. I got big goals that I have to, my mentor always tells me, yeah, I love the big goals, but let's start small to get to the big goal, which is break it down. What is your big goal? Focus on one small task at a time. Success breeds success. Success leaves clues. And accomplishing even the smallest goal can give you the confidence boost you need to keep going. So set those small attainable goals. If it's starting a business, what's the first thing you need to do? Maybe study. Study what type of business you want to be, what industry you're trying to get in. Who is your clientele? Start small. Do those small goals. I always like this related to like a puzzle. You start off with, you see the picture, but you got to put the picture together. You got to put each puzzle in its correct place. So understand, starting small, starting with your puzzle piece. Number four is accountability. Find someone who can hold you accountable. Someone you trust, share your goals with them, and let them check in on you. Self-sabotage often thrives in isolation. So don't be afraid to let somebody in. If you don't have an accountability partner in your life, you can always reach out to me. I'm always down to hold people accountable. And it's meant so we got to hold each other accountable when we want to see each other progress. So if you don't have an accountability partner, reach out to me, or find somebody that you feel like will hold you accountable when it comes to your goals, and have those weekly check-ins. I like to say, check in on Sundays. Sunday's always the days you reset and get focused for the new week. Check in with your people. Like, man, I fell short of my goals this week because this, and this. Okay. Next week, come on, let's get it. We'll get after it. Next week, I need daily check-ins, whatever it may be, but find yourself an accountability partner. And the last one is practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Fellas, I know y'all listen to this like, oh, self-compassion, be kind. Yeah, be kind to yourself. Trust me, because it's programming your subconscious mind. It's programming your self-confidence, your self-esteem. So always be kind to yourself. Like, you're going to mess up. Once you know, like, hey, I am going to mess up, that's cool. Embrace that, but know wherever I mess up at, I can learn from. Once again, it goes back to that quote. In every situation, find the opportunity to grow. You're going to mess up, so give yourself that compassion. Don't be your worst critic. Be your cheerleader, be your hype man, whatever it may be, but be kind to yourself, because self-sabotage can make you feel like you're constantly failing, but it ain't true. You're learning, you're growing, and you're showing up. Even if it's not perfect, treat yourself with the same kindness that you would give to a family member, a friend, anybody that you like, love. Give yourself that same compassion. Man, told you I was gonna come back with a full episode. It's almost what? Looking at the we had 30 minutes, getting close to 30 minutes. Man, I feel like this was a good episode personally. If you like it, let me know. But I just like feeling in my spirit, like this was a good episode. Like I needed this episode. If you did, if you needed it, let me know. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to this. You can even just leave a review on Twitter at Sanai or even TikTok Sanai. Where else we at? Facebook Sanai, just Sanai everywhere. Every social media platform Sanai. But to everyone listening, I just want to say progress isn't a straight line. We all have setbacks. We all have moments where we're our own worst enemy. But the fact that you're here listening, wanting to better yourself, guess what? That means you're on the right path. But man, I feel like a weight lifted off my shoulders with this episode. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm like extremely grateful for this episode. I hope y'all like it and enjoy it and it helps. But I'm about to get back in the groove of dropping those weekly episodes for y'all because I know this journey isn't just about me, it's about us as a collective. It's our community, it's our family, it's how we grow together. I'm not perfect at all, and I don't expect you to be perfect, but I do expect us to keep pushing forward, to keep challenging ourselves, and to hold ourselves accountable. So this week, I challenge you, identify one area in your life you might be self-sabotaging. Write it down, acknowledge it, and make a plan to address it. If you want to share it with me, like I said, all social media platforms at Sanai. Till next time, stay focused, stay motivated, and let's keep pushing forward because at the end of the day, you all you got. Remember, we're building something bigger than ourselves, bigger than you, bigger than myself, bigger than everyone. That being said, man, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Take the time to check on yourself and the people you love. It's holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving. Check in on your people. You never know who might need you right now. With that being said, we out. Thank you for tuning in to Sana. I E. Peace.